Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Washington football team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to... Bury him in the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a time. Out by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, here's Gibson again. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. Second and 10. Here's Kaepernick. Got a man, it's Ricky Seals-Jones. Touchdown, Washington. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Moore now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Newton. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Play action. It's Newton. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Throwing again is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
35's the mark.
Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
35's the Mike. Come on, D. Mike 35, Mike.
Here's Newton. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes this Washington 14, Panthers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, it's Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They run the toss now with Gibson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Kaepernick now on the keeper. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Kaepernick's going to try to sneak it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there. And now it's 3rd down. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Moore now to return. And he returns this to the 22. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Newton. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Check curls, check curls. 52's the mic, boys, 52. Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Gonzalez now to have the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Washington 17, Panthers 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A huge play there for Washington. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff running left is Gibson. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And down to the 16-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down and 3. Kaepernick now to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they felt like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Kaepernick. He'll let this go for the end zone. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Set to return it, here's Moore. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. 1 second, all that remains. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? More now on the return. Now past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Newton sliding out of the pocket. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Carolina.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block.
Touchdown! DJ Moore. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Washington 24.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here's Gibson on the read option. It's a first down or more for Gibson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another second down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays second down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
Kaepernick now on first down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 153 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And Washington has once again taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Moore now to return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth. And who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there?
A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Hey, pick your game up. 20. No, check that. We got mic 52 right here. 52. Get tired of seeing me.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. On the move to his left. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Flush to his right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Newton. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Newton. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Panthers have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
J.C. Horn, the first defender taken back in April. They're on the stop defensively. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now Joey Slye for the point after. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by Slye is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Mike 52. It's our time.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Newton. Airing it out deep for Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And finally taken down at the 34. 174 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry for Gibson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Gibson again. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson. A 10-yard touchdown run. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Newton. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And this one is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Newton throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And Marshall's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. From the red zone now, Newton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Flushed out right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's at the 50, the 40, 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long, because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and by far the best touchdown of the bunch. They came into this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
DJ Moore on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and